gonna be a pretty tall book stack. Hi guys, I'm Libby and we are here to shrink my shelf for April. So in the past I've been calling this balancing my TBR, and that is still what we're doing, but I like shrink the shelf better. If you haven't already, go and look at my ones for January, February, and March. We are now in April. During the month of April, I was putting on our school's musical, went off great success, was able to get a good amount of reading in, but it was also spring break at the beginning, which was good and bad. We started April with 37 books on my physical TBR, and the first book was one that I read. It's Noises Off by Michael Frayn. It's a play. I had never read it. I heard a bunch of talk about it. I think it's definitely one that's better watching it than reading it. Reading all of the funny things that are supposed to happen on stage, not as funny as probably watching it. So that puts us at 36. It was also one of my 25 and 25, so gets us there too. And then the next book I read was 7 Year Slip by, I believe it's Ashley Poston, and that was from the library and an audiobook. So no change, still at 36. Then I went to the bookstore. I went to Barnes & Noble. So I bought Betting on You by Lynn Painter. Absolutely so cute, and I love it. It has the little sprayed edges, and these are like cute and simple ones. However, does not count against me because I've already read this book. This was just a trophy. Yay. Also bought Funny Story by Emily Henry. So cute. Probably one of my favorite Emily Henrys. I'm gonna be rereading some of them over the summer, but I absolutely adored this. I read this in January from the library, and I needed my own copy. So I'm very happy to have one, but again, doesn't count against me. We're good. We're still at 36. However, I also bought Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune. I have not read this. I do have the first book, and I've read that and I loved it, and I really wanted to get the second one, and I want to reread the first one and then read this one this summer. I was hoping I could get one that doesn't have the yellow edges, but happens. But I also got Dating and Dragons by Christy Boyce. Again, it's the second from Dungeons and Drama, which I absolutely loved. I loved that. And it's a pretty short book, so it's not too bad. So I really wanted to get this one. So that is 2 added to the TBR. 2 books that I really wanted though, and have been wanting for a while. I don't feel super guilty about it. So that gets us up to 38 instead. But it's okay, it's fine. Because I then read You Are Your Own Fairy Tale, and I've had this book for a while. So I did read this one, finished it. It was really cute and really good. Also on my 25 and 25, so another one of those done. So now we're back down to 37. Yay. I then read An Elderly Lady is Up to No Good. That was our book club pick for the month. Nice short stories, so I could still read it while doing the musical. It was an ebook from the library, so we're still at 37. And then I read The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. Love her. I did own this. Well, I do own this, but it was an audiobook because I had to listen to Kelly tell her story. So yeah, we're still at 37. And then I got Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. Was the Fairy Loot book for March, came late in April. So added another one, but it's very pretty. I think this is also one of the thicker ones. Sometimes they're like not this large, so I'm interested about this one. I forget what this one's about. Oh, this one seemed really cool. I really want to read this one soon. I've been really wanting to read a lot of my Fairy Loots, which is good because I spent a lot of money on it. But yeah, 38 again. And then I bought this book from somebody who was getting rid of it on Instagram, so I decided this is the like, what is it? Like it's a short sequel novella story to Sorcery of Thorns, which I read in January. Really liked, and so I really wanted to continue on. And it's a nice short little book, so I don't feel too bad adding it to the TBR, but it does get added. So we're at 39. And then April's fairy loot came in. This Monster of Mine, which also looks pretty cool. And I'm really intrigued by this. Look how pretty it is. So yeah, 2 fairy loots in the same month coming in was a bit of a strike down for me. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at all the glitter. So pretty. I forget what this one's about, but it seemed interesting. Oh, look how pretty. Oh, that's gorgeous. Does the back look just as cool? I love when they do this kind of work on it. Like I love, you know, the end covers, those are really pretty, but I love when it's on the outside and it looks like almost painted on. Oh, because I mostly read them outside of their dust jackets because I don't like the feel of it. So I love when they put stuff on the like actual hardcover that looks really, really pretty because that's what I'll look at. But yeah, so that gets us up to 40. We started the year at 42. But I did read Elderly Lady Must Not Be Crossed, again by Helena Thurston. So the second one from the Elderly Lady series, but it was again another ebook from the library. So we're still at 40. Then I read another book, which is Why Has Nobody Told Me This Before? I believe it's Dr. Julie Smith, but again, another library audiobook. So we stay at 40 and we stuck at 40. First month so far where we're actually going up from whatever we started the month with, and we're actually not decreasing, we're going up, but I'm not too upset about it. And I'll tell you a few reasons why. One, this is the first month out of the whole year where I actually went to the bookstore and only got 2 books, which is not bad. I did get 4 books total, but 2 of them I have read before, and so they're just little trophies of books I really, really enjoyed. And then got 2 more. Also, the double fairy loot in the month set me back, and then this was just like an added little extra. But also, I didn't read that much of physical books, again, because it was the musical month. So as you heard, I did a lot of audiobooks. If I was reading something that was not listening to it, it was the ebooks for the book club picks. And I wanted to make sure that those were done. And those were even like really short books, little short stories, and still was just trying to get those done. Got them done, but just trying to get those out of the way. So I'm not too upset with it being an increase with all of those factors into it. Let's go into some of the other stats, and then I have another thing to talk about for May. My current reads, what am I currently reading right now? I have finished a couple books already in May, so that's good. I'm currently still reading Out for Blood. I'm wanting to finish it this month, so then I'm done with it. What else am I reading? Oh, I just started Umberland by Wendy Spinell. It's the second in a series. Oh, and I'm reading our book club pick for the month, which is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Don't know how to say her last name, but I'm reading that as well. And I might pick up another book this weekend. However, we also have a challenge this month. So for this month, because I'm no longer in show season and I kind of just wanted something fun, and I thought about it in April and I wanted to do it as soon as I could, which was going to be May, and I was able to get everything ready in time. It is a challenge that I'm hosting with my book club plus my husband, so we could have an even number because we only have 5 people in our book club. I really, really love it. It is our book club is called like the council, and so it's the book council competition, and it's basically we're split into 2 teams and we get points for every book that we read, but you also get negative points for books that you buy. And there's like a whole point system, and I can put it up here. As you can see, there's a bunch of things for reading, so you get a lot of points for reading a physically owned book because the whole competition is based on trying to read the books that are actually physically on your shelf, but you get plus points for just reading in general, which is great. You know, you're not penalized for not reading something off your shelves, but you are rewarded for reading something off your shelves. So you get, for it being a physical book, you still get some if it's an owned ebook or an audiobook. If it's a borrowed book, like from a friend or from the library, and you didn't buy it, that also gets you some points. Not as many, but you still get rewarded. If you've owned it for more than 2 years, that gets you even more. If it finishes a series, you get a lot If it continues a series, less. If it starts a series, even less, because then you're probably going to be buying more books if you don't own the whole series already. Depending on how long the book is, you get a certain amount of points. Obviously, the longer books get you more points because you're probably spending more time reading it, and they take more time. And then you still get points for doing even a reread of an owned book, because again, it's rewarding you for, hey, you have that book in your possession and you decided to read it more than once, you must really like it. You're really getting like your value out of that book. So I wanted to also like reward that. And then we have a couple for, if you unhaul a book, you still get bonus points, because technically you are taking it off of your TBR. Even if you're not reading it, you're getting it out of the house, out of the way, moving it on to somebody else, either physically, which is why you get more points for that, but even just taking one off your digital TBR, like taking it off your Kindle. Technically, it's off your TBR. So you get bonus points. And then all of the negatives, there's not that many negatives, but obviously if you buy a new book, not good. Receiving books from a subscription box does get me some minus points. I assumed that already because that's just what's gonna happen. So I automatically know I'm going to get negative 10 points. Luckily, April came in April, so I should only have one that comes in May, and that's even if it comes on time. So we'll see. I am a little bit worried for Megan, who's in the book club, because she has like 3 subscription book boxes, but she says she's fine. So buying a new ebook or audiobook also gets you negative. Getting the next in a series to catch you up does take off points, because you are buying another book, but not that many. If you get a book as a trophy, again, you get a little bit off because you are buying a new book, but it's as a trophy. And then if it's the next in a series you haven't started, then you get a lot of points off. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves, is when you have, because I've done it before and I got burned, and so I will never do it again. And I don't like it when I see other people now do it, because I just feel like it's irresponsible. But like, say you own the first book in a series and you haven't read it yet, and then you go out and you see that there's the second one and you go ahead and buy it. You don't know if you like it yet. Don't do that. And I say that even if it's like you've read the first 2 in the series, but you haven't read the 3rd book and you saw the 4th book came out and you buy that. I even say don't do it then either, because you don't know what's going to happen. Okay? Don't do it. I've been burnt really, really bad before. Don't want to do it again. And I don't think you should either. It was a book where I read it. I was really liking it. I was about halfway through. I ordered the next book, and then I hated the last half of the first. And I was like, well, I already bought the second book, so I have to finish this one at least. I finished it. It was fine. Started the second book. Couldn't stand it. And I said, all right, well, I guess I have to get rid of these now. So that is our little book competition for the month, and I'm so excited. I do think it is helping me to want to read a lot. I do have like, I made a whole spreadsheet thing of like 12 books that I want to try to get through this month. I am a big mood reader, so I tried to make the 12 books not just like you need to read these books, but like read one of your 25 and 25 books that's on ebook, because you haven't touched those yet. Read the next in a series. Here are some options of ones that you physically own and different things like that. And I'm really hoping that I do well. I've been doing pretty good so far. It is me and 2 of the book girlies versus Michael and 2 of the other book girlies. So I did it also that way so me and him can have some friendly competition of kind of motivating each other to read some more, because he's somebody I see every single day, so hopefully he can motivate me to continue to add points to my group. But yeah, so I will let you know in May's Shrink the Shelf wrap up what the point totals ended up being. If you're interested in that, I'm going to tell you anyway, even if you're not, because I'm very excited, and it might be one that we might do again. Maybe we do some tweaks of some things or anything like that, but I'm very excited, and it's been a very fun time. I have finished 2 already, so that's pretty nice. But yes, I want to finish Out for Blood. I'm determined to read the next Percy Jackson this month. At least I will finish the Percy Jackson reread of the series this summer, and hopefully also Heroes of Olympus. It's gonna happen. I want to read another one of my Fairy Loot books, at least one other one, another next in the series. I do want to read Dating and Dragons this month just because of how small it is. Either that one or maybe this one, but one of my two like smaller ones that I own physically, just to get that out of the way. And I know this one will be a very fast, easy read just because the first one was. I don't know how fast and easy this will be. One of my friends read it and she said it was pretty fast and easy, so maybe, but she's also a very fast reader. I will see you in next month's Shrink the Shelf. I know we ended this month with 40. I know we started the year with 42, so we're getting a little close, but we're gonna get it, I promise. And with that, I'll see you next time.